The sugar level is slightly higher.
There are hints of vanilla,
Wow.
but I'm not a fan of vanilla, so I don't know how did that come from.
Welcome to Yummy Answers, a show where we clue in on all things food. For thousands of years, wine has been enjoyed by people from all around the world. And with wine comes wine tasting, a niche profession where we explore the origins and flavors of wines through our own palate. In today's episode, we're gonna get a little bougie and answer the very important question: is wine tasting pretentious? I have here with me Reta and Cadence today, who will be trying out the wines with me. But before we start, how much do you guys know about wines?
Wow, absolutely zero, no knowledge whatsoever.
Do y'all drink it? Well, I guess today we're gonna have a refresher course because I have with me Josh Im, who is a sommelier from Park 90. He's gonna bring us through a crash course in wine. Let's see what he has to say.
First thing you want to do is look at the color of the wine. So a lot of people tend to point their glass up against the light to look at the color. That's actually not the best way to look at the color of the wine. What you want is to actually point the wine, tilt the wine glass at a 45 degrees angle against a white backdrop. So it could be a piece of paper or white table linen. Alright, after you've done looking at the wine and the color of the wine, you want to smell the wine right now. So just give it a swirl like this. What we're doing is actually to just allow the aromatic compounds to sort of be released, and that way you can actually smell the wine better. Alright, and lastly, I think this is everyone's favorite part, to actually drink the wine. So don't gulp it back. Slowly, we're appreciating wine. So what you want to do is take a generous amount and put it in your palate, and you want to swirl it, keep it in your palate and swirl it around for about 5 to 10 seconds. So swirl it about 5-10 seconds. I like to cover every bit of my palate, including my gums up here. Alright, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this session with me, the basics of wine tasting.
Okay, I hope that you guys have been taking notes because this is where we put theory to practice. Okay? In front of you guys, there are 3 glasses of wine. They are from 3 different bottles that we got from Vinomofo. For the very first wine, we have the Terravin Hillside Reserve Pinot Noir from New Zealand. Please feel free to try it.
Swivel it, I don't know what to drop and spill. Am I doing this right? It feels woody to me.
Okay.
Very rich. There's this hint of acidity at the end of my tongue. So I don't know whether that tells me that it's like a very high percentage of alcohol as well in the body.
We have the second wine right now, which is the Kili Kanun Prodigal Grenache 2017.
Wow.
That would be the second glass of wine.
I don't know, it feels berry to me. Maybe
Interesting.
grapes, red grapes.
I think this is slightly sweeter than the previous one. The sugar level is slightly higher.
There are hints of vanilla,
Wow.
but I'm not a fan of vanilla, so I don't know how did that come from.
How about zooming in into the fruits?
Well, the color is lighter, I feel. It has a little bit of like maybe orange tinge to it, like an orange ruby, maybe.
Some of the notes in the second wine, which is the Kili Kanun Prodigal Grenache 2017, it has notes of vanilla, like you said. Yeah. Red fruits, and also I think somebody said orange.
Yes.
You said orange? There is orange zest inside, which explains it, which is like, orange zest was quite low on the list, so I was really surprised when you said orange zest and vanilla as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so for the third wine, we have the El Enemigo Malbec 2018, which is from Argentina. That's correct.
Yeah, I feel it's more floral to me. Might be wrong.
I thought it's more berry.
For the last one, One thing that stood out was blackberry because that was the very first ingredient not the ingredient but the first note that came out from the Malbec. Followed by orange peel, dried flowers, and like you guys mentioned, it feels very full-bodied. You feel as if it's been around for longer, right? It is actually full-bodied is one thing to describe it, and it's also concentrated, which was actually what I felt when I drank it. Okay, so as a whole, after trying out all three wines, what do you feel about all three wines? What do you feel about red wine in general? Feel free to share your thoughts.
The winemakers, they take time to really nurture the fruits and all, and they really take a lot of effort to make like even one bottle of wine. So it makes sense for us to learn how to appreciate them instead of just spending money and just gulping them down.
How about you, Rita?
Yeah, I 100% agree with Cadence. I think a lot of the wines, there's a lot of storytelling behind it, the history, and you can tell from learning from Josh's notes, you are able to describe the wine through and through. And especially when you drink the wine, and I prefer the last one, that I felt after drinking it, it was as if I was walking through a dark jungle or forest because of the woodiness, the oak. So again, it comes back to storytelling because as writers, all these keywords come to you, and it's beautiful, like beautiful wines, I would say. So thank you, Vinomofo.
Thank you, Vinomofo.
But after listening to what Josh has to say, and this was just a crash course, and there's already that wealth of knowledge over there with just 3 or 6 wine. What's more, there are thousands of wines, thousands and hundreds of thousands of different types of wine and great varietal in the world.
Cheers!
For the full crash course from Josh Im, check out the link below.